Yes, I'm ready.
Give me the glue.
Here you go, babe. Shake it. Shake it like you mean it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Wipe that frown off your face. Previously on Sailing Adrift, we successfully installed more of the framework for the aft cabin. After careful consideration, installed 2 underwater lights, one on each side, and tested out our installation method for the insulation. And since it was a success, we decided to keep moving forward.
Does this keep us safe from all the satellites?
Yeah.
And the alien brain invasions?
What do you think?
I think I'm glad we're done with this little chore.
Is it over already?
I mean, it's only been all day, but it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll squirt it with some expanding foam in the cracks, and then we'll start putting the white vinyl on. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do that. Vinyl.
The white vinyl.
You want to see an example of the foam?
Are you on the last one?
Yeah.
Get it finished up, dude.
Alright. Oh wait, no, that one.
It's right there.
Okay.
I just need to glue it.
Okay.
Let's get this done so we can go order some pizza because I'm not cooking dinner tonight.
You're not?
No.
Oh. Okay.
So the next product that will go over all that shiny aluminum faced insulation is this vinyl. This is a sample of the product. It's not even vinyl. It's called PlasTEX. And it is recycled plastic. That's kind of what drew me to it. And I figured it'd make a nice little durable bottom for all those storage cabinets that are in there. I figured we'd do a little test here just to make sure this is going to work. Some on here. This comes together. And it appears to be holding on fairly well. Okay, let's see how I test it. I mean, you can peel it off, but that doesn't look like it's going anywhere. I wonder how long it takes this stuff to cure, or if that's like a permanent. Yeah, that'll definitely cure. It appears to me that it is adhering just fine to this plastic. Doesn't seem to be coming off of the plastic and not the insulation. Looks like it's sticking to both equally. So I think this is a go.
Which means more templates. Something we didn't entirely consider was the amount of templates we would be making. Fortunately, we have this beautiful product, Ram Board, as seen here. You can buy it at the Home Depot. And it is awesome to work with. What you doing there?
I am trying to fight this vinyl into place. Problem with vinyl is this is like the last step. After this, there's no hiding any mistakes.
So this is the first panel. It's going in.
Glue it down?
Yes, I'm ready.
Give me the glue.
Here you go, babe. Shake it. Shake it like you mean it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Wipe that frown off your face.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is why I was so happy yesterday. Because this stuff makes you high.
Did you wake up with a headache this morning?
I did not.
I didn't either.
Even with all that wine you drank?
So after all that measuring, cutting, and test fitting, you think it'd just pop right in, right? Now only 5 more to go.
We caulked around the perimeter of our test panel to give a nice smooth finish. For this application we used 291, which we used on the outdoor hardware, but I wouldn't recommend it because it left a lasting tackiness. Use a caulk designed for painting trim. How does that look?
Pristine.
Looks pretty good. The vinyl job was not the best, but luckily I'm a caulksmith. As you can start to hear, there's a plane coming and it ruins the audio for this entire segment. So this is what I was actually doing. This is a cool technique that we're going to use on what will become the bench seat in our shower. You cut a bunch of vertical lines in a board and then bend it to create a radius, which gives a nice aesthetic look and makes it so there's less sharp corners. I'm putting vertical lines on the board every 1/8 of an inch from about 1 inch beyond the radius on either side. But whenever you're doing something like this, it's always best to do a tester before you actually slice into things. Yeah, that was fun. Next up, I am going to set my saw and make a test cut on a piece of scrap. There, that looks about perfect. And quite a bit more flex than the one before. So getting to that last ply, that's the key. But this is what you're worried about, that cracking noise. Still in good shape despite it, but we definitely don't want to break this last ply.
Hey, Chris, aren't you forgetting something?
Here we go, the height of fashion. These are a sweet new pair that Kelly picked up. All right, that's how you make a ton of sawdust.
A few days ago we installed the aft deck hardware, and now it's my job to clean up the mess. This is the mess. All the gloopity gloop. There's some over there too. I got these ones already. That one looks pretty good. This one right here.
So now that I've made this side of the board look like an accordion, you can see how flexible it's become. Oh gosh, that feels good. I think we're gonna be okay. And here are our little strips that we're gonna use to make sure that we can attach everything. I'll anchor in these pieces, and then once it's bent and the top is put on, we'll screw through the top into the top of these little cleats, and we should be good to go. This is the point when it can all go horribly wrong.
Dear tiny Jesus, your golden fleece diapers.
All right, it's time to bend it. If we hear any kind of creaking and cracking, we might need to back this out and remove some more material. There we have it, a box. So yeah, we'll flush cut this, or flush trim both of these. But the important part right now is to make sure that we're gonna get this shape. So I'm gonna put a clamp across the back to make sure we have good compression on the top and the bottom like this. And then we're gonna fill all these little voids with thickened epoxy. So it sets up, and it should just stay like that from that point forward. Then we can add some thickened epoxy around the cleats and the joints, and then shoot, we'll be ready to clean this up and install it in the bathroom. Be a nice little chair to sit on. Man, I wish I had one more clamp.
Well, that wasn't too too painful. My thumb hurts a little bit, but I'll survive. You want to check it out? Ignore the teak. That's going to be refinished. There's the cleat. Another one. Not too shabby.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Nice and clean. Shouldn't have to sand too terribly much.
Hi.
Hello.
That's a nice box you got.
Thanks. Can you tell what it is?
It looks like a footstool of sorts.
It does look like a footstool.
Like a little ottoman.
You know, funny you should mention that because it kind of is. This is the seat for the shower, so I'm sure you'll be putting your feet on it to shave them legs.
Yep.
Because Chris likes a smooth leg.
Just one. I'll leave the other one for myself.
That's fine. No, it's actually turned out really well.
It did. There's a lot of cuts in there. I was wondering how you got that contour. So, a few weeks ago, we decided that the floor we picked out, this one right here, was not gonna work. One, because we decided on a stain for the cabinets that really just matched this and we needed more diversity, more pop. This one was another contender, but you see the similarity is pretty strong. Also, the other reason is they're not very flexible, like at all. We need some flexibility with the boat, which is why we decided to order some more samples. So I ordered samples from 3 different companies. The first one is this cool vinyl floor product from Paulson's Flooring here in Portland. It's by Mannington, and you can see it's flexible. It's pretty thick. I think this is 2.5. Scratch resistant, waterproof. Seems like a good idea for a boat. So I got a few of those, big and small. And then I also ordered some from Lumber Liquidators and Build Direct. That's what it was. The other samples we ordered didn't really pan out in terms of cost, aesthetics, what we need for the boat. So let's not even go there. So these products were worried not only about the aesthetics, but the quality and how they'll hold up in the boat. Since they won't be in a traditional environment like a house with temperature control and not extreme hot or extreme cold, we need to test these in an environment where they will be. First, I'm going to measure them probably here on the table or on the floor and see what size they actually are. Then I'm going to stick them in the freezer for, I don't know, like an hour, maybe 2 hours, I don't know, till they're really cold. Then we're gonna put them outside in the 90-degree heat for a while. I have no idea how this is gonna go, but we're gonna give it a shot. So I'm gonna measure them first, stick them in the freezer, and then put them outside, see what happens.
All right, fingers crossed. I got my fingers crossed. I got my fingers crossed.
What is this doing in here?
Not quite sure what happened to my first test, so I'm trying a second. Here we go this time. This is the cold to room temperature test for the vinyl plank flooring. So let's back up. Originally, there were 2 tiles of the exact same size. The first tile I measured as a control on the counter, and the second went into the freezer. So the tile that was exactly cut the same size, I traced with a black pen, and this one I'm going to trace with a blue pen and see if there's any difference in size. So yeah, it looks like there's actually a tiny bit of shrinkage, but not too bad. Now time for the outside heat test. Doesn't appear to have changed at all.
Last night off camera, Kelly and I installed this guy. It is just a free-floating bulkhead at this point. This will be the housing for a lot of the plumbing fixtures that'll be in the bathroom. This area is going to be the shower, toilet, and that little bench seat that we just put together. And I just wanted to make sure it's nice and level, which it... Oh, you bastard. How did that happen? It's been at 0 all day. You guys, oh, there it is. Ah, perfectly level. That's what we shoot for. On this side, we're at 99.85, which is completely within my realm of happiness. So check it out. Our little chair is installed.
Nice.
What do you think?
I think it looks great.
It should be quite a nice little shower setup. I hope.
Yep.
Boom! It's epoxied, partially.
It's like done.
Yeah, I mean, this is our bathroom.
Is it?
It looks a little rustic.
A little bit.
There's no running water. We'll just need buckets.
So this is pretty exciting. Things are coming together.
It's actually turning out pretty good. Everything is starting to take shape. This represents the shelf where a lot of the behind the scenes will go on with those through holes that are hiding back there. It'll be completely shelved off all the way over to here, and then some vented loops will hide behind a wall that will live in this area. That is where the toilet's gonna live. And right up here is just a little bench seat that we're building. This will be the flooring. We're gonna drill a hole right through there and put in the drain line, and that will attach to a new whale gulper shower drain pump that will live right down here. It'll be a nice little shower setup when this is all said and done. Most of the framing is finished, but we also have to put the back wall up here and complete the back of this guy. So coming along nicely, very pleased with the progress. I'm going to keep fastening all this stuff in. I'm going to put some insulation along this back wall all the way up to the top, build the back rail, but then we're going to glass over this entire room so it'll be completely waterproof. We'll use deck paint to finish it off in whatever color Kelly wants. Should be a pretty sweet little setup.
As always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button below for weekly videos. Can you fit?
Uh-uh.
That's a good spot
This
for
is
you.
not an escape hatch.